without a hat while you are marbling, you are not alone. So I am here today to share 3 things that I always do when I am marbling. We've all had those moments where after doing everything, following all the directions, something snaps in our brain and we forget something. So, not to worry, you will get your mojo back in no time. So let's get started. First, placing or pipetting the colors onto the surface of the size is crucial to the print and the process. Size refers to methylcellulose, cell, carrageenan, or any of those other family of names that we call our floating medium. The paint is required to float on the surface. So, when you are using a pipette, you place it into the paint cup and draw it up. Draw the paint up inside. And then you very slowly and gently drop the paint onto the surface. And I usually move about 1 inch away from the surface. That way it allows the paint to land and expand. Next, did you know these pipettes will talk to you? Let's see. Well, maybe not right now. I'm not in front of my marbling tray with paint. But when you are pipetting your colors onto the tray, if you see bubbles at the tip, they are talking and telling you, fill me, I'm hungry, I need more paint. So when you go back to the paint cup and get more paint, you made your pipette happy. It will drop marvelous colors onto your size. And now for some real life examples of bubbles on the tray. I'm really having to work to get bubbles. I also am going to show you ways to get rid of the bubbles. There are 3 ways to get rid of the bubbles. One is just the atmosphere will pop it on its own. Another is a dry fingertip. Boom! Gone! And the final way is using a dry corner of a piece of newspaper. The second thing I always do and focus on is placing the paper carefully on my design. Dropping your paper will cause air bubbles because you have no control over the paper. It is key to pulling a jaw-dropping print. So, I want my paper, I'm going to want to have an even roll. And I grab opposite diagonal corners, like so, and it doesn't matter whether you're right-handed or left-handed, but choose which way you like to roll your paper down. So you start in the corner closest to you, rolling your paper down on top of the paint. The paint will be frozen, and then when you lift your paper up, you reveal a magical frozen print. Okay, let's see if I can make a mistake and create a bubble on my paper. Well, I got a little one, but that's what you want to try to avoid. So watch this. I'm right-handed and I place my right hand down closest to me and roll my left hand with the paper on top of the sides, and then pull with both corners to reveal that wonderful magical print. Now imprint this on your mind, how you roll it down, and again. The third thing I focus on is skimming the tray, both before you start and all during your marbling day. Newspaper strips are going to be your best friends the more you marble. Slow and steady wins the marble tray. The first time you skim, you are getting dust, hair, and air bubbles off the surface of the size. And all subsequent times that you are skimming, you are removing leftover paint. So I like to go slow and steady, taking many newspaper strips to clean the surface, and then I do a final skim so that then it is all clean for my next round of colors. The other reason I do that is because I like to see the colors that I've placed on the surface and see them floating there, and then watch as I create my design. And again, here we are with some real action of skimming the tray. Yes, I did speed this up just to make it go a little faster, but you can see taking the tray in sections, especially when you have a lot of paint on it, is good because you're not dragging all the dirty paint all over the tray. And up close look at that, I rest my fingers on the inside of my tray so the newspaper is straight across the surface, and then look at how much paint you can get off there. Never worry about the paint on the bottom, it's sunk. Sometimes skimming goes a lot easier than other times. It all depends. It's that fickle nature of our friend marbling. I hope you have found useful tips from this video. I love sharing my knowledge with all of you, and I also welcome you to send me any questions or problems that you are having. I love to help. So here is to knowing the prints that you are pulling off your tray are magical. This is Pam from Magic Studios. Marble on!